Another broken foot peg. Dropped the bike in December, just Christmas week. On the right hand side, the clutch side, broke the foot peg off. Bought this cheap Chinese aftermarket part, 10 quid the pair. A lot cheaper than the £30 that Honda wanted for one original foot peg, or 17 quid that one eBay seller wanted for one used peg with its rubber all perished. So I thought, what the hell, I'll buy the aftermarket parts, 10 quid the pair. Just need to be a bit prepared to do a little bit of grinding and fettling, because invariably with an aftermarket part the holes won't line up, but it will do the job. So let's get out and do that, shall we? There you go. So you can see the coil spring still there, and the old sort of cotter pin, I think you'd call it, and the little split pin just underneath, and the new peg waiting to go on. So when this peg came off, it literally sheared sort of halfway down through the holes where they fit, just leaving some metal fragments the other side of that pin. So but yeah, I'm just going to try and reuse all of these old parts because they are original, and I think probably they're a slightly different shape, so you see those aftermarket parts are not particularly ready to fit in terms of the springs and bits and bobs anyway. So let's see if we can just get this swap straight over, but hopefully we won't need to do any kind of grinding, but we shall see. Just trying to see where the other end of the pin is. Got it. Oh, I'm sure this is going to snap. But I'm sure it's already snapped. I think it has. Okay, I've got one piece. You normally get two little long bits coming through, don't you? Or there's only supposed to do one. There you go. Yeah, it's already snapped. That's not a good idea to reuse that one. That's kind of had it, so I will need to get some new split pins. I don't have anything like that, I'm afraid. So that's the... Well, let's go and compare these two. Well, there you go, you can see the original coil spring. It should go... So the pin goes through there, and then that loops over the hanger, and then that little pin there slots into the little hole in the hanger. And this one's a completely different shape. That's how they'd be orientated, so you'd have to mess around with this one anyway, the new one. So we'll definitely go ahead and use the old one because it's the one that fits. Right, so moment of truth then. New foot peg. Let's see if it lines up properly. After what I said about having to fettle them, I'm just going to put it in with the pin for now, without the spring. Oh, look at that, that's absolutely perfect. Phew, so I've not got to go ahead and do any adjustments whatsoever. So I'm just going to get the spring back on. That could be a tiny tad fiddly. Let's get the spring back on and let's get this back up on the road. Got to get the foot peg on. I've got to get the pin through. But the fiddly bit is I've got to get this spring around and positioned in the hole there, whilst also looping it over the top of the foot peg. So I've kind of got to hold the spring and the foot peg and push the pin in all at the same time, really. So I think what it will be is just a case of putting the foot peg on, putting the spring in, pushing the pin through, but then what I might need to do is just kind of, the spring's going to be sort of under tension, out of position, so I might just need to then push the spring down as I push the pin through, and then hopefully I can do all that with two hands. We shall see. So as I haven't got any split pins, I've just pulled a steel, suitably sized steel pin with a decent sized head on it out of my stocks, and I'm just going to bend that over, and that should do the job for now. That's all a split pin is, isn't it? It's just something that's perhaps more specially designed for the job to make it easier, but you know, this is just a pin at the end of the day. Nothing magic. There you go. That's not going to go anywhere. But I do need to get some split pins, so I'll get some on order. Essentially, that was nice and easy. Job done. Just one last thing to put on. Nearly forgot this. There you go, now we're done. Not sure it protects very much, does it? Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And see you next time.